morning, Twitch, and welcome to another episode of Cozy Coding. I am your host, Kid Billy, and today I think we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday on the Sports Betting with Python project. Specifically, we had left off. Where can I go to my spider? Here, my spider. We had just extracted all of the player IDs from player URLs, and I'm thinking this can give us a good chance to start looking into the actual stats. So what I mean by that is, go ahead and copy this. Copy. Oh, I also fixed dimming. It turns out Heroku needs you to update from a free tier to like a paid tier for $5 a month. Not a huge deal, but I was happy that it was an easy fix. So now that we have the player ID, this gives us the opportunity to get some of this information, right? Now the question is how we actually want to organize that information, because it could get a little bit tricky. What was that? Image player? Ooh. Interesting. It could get pretty tricky pretty quickly. I'm thinking, ooh, they even have like a buffs thing, permanent buffs. What the hell is this? Oh, interesting. Yeah, but essentially we need some way to, extract all of this information and make it easy to access for analysis later on. So, oh, beautiful. This is going to be an interesting stat. Damage dealt to enemy buildings. Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be a primary indicator of who wins, because the whole point of Dota is to like get all their buildings down and then destroy what's called their ancient at the end. I'd be very surprised if building damage did not. It might just be one of those things where it's like correlation is not equal causation. Just because you were able to destroy the buildings, it's probably because you had a better lead on like kills or gold or something. Yeah, they had like double the gold earned. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, but anyways, what I'm thinking, and I can even, let me see if I can open up. Try and make a graph of showing exactly what I'm thinking. Oh my goodness, it's not gonna let me. This dang computer. Alright, fine, I'll use Google Slides. Google Slides. Should be the exact same thing. Okay. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. See if I can insert a table. Perfect, I can insert a table. Okay, so let's see if we can link these up. What I'm thinking is we'll insert a table. Make it like this one. Oh, it needs to be like 4. Yeah, we'll do like 4. 4x1. There we go. Can we make it smaller? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So this could be like this could be our match. So from our match item, we wanted like the URL, league URL. Whoa. We'll just put them all lowercase URL. How should we how should we format the draft names? In test.json, draft names is just stored as this list. We could always just concatenate we could always just concatenate that into, what's it called? We could always just take that list and say like concatenate it all into one string and then parse through that string to get the next. That's not a huge deal, yeah. Or to get the order of like who was banned, who was picked, and whatnot. Interesting. Interesting. Again, we don't actually need this draft crap. So I'll go ahead and actually delete that because we don't really care. There we go. So this is the actual data that we're working with right now. Whoa. It was so nice before. Yeah, so URL, league URL, etc., etc. What I'm actually looking for, though, is this should be match ID. And in this case, it would be something like where is it? Oh, right here. In this case, the match ID would be this. Whoa, I do not want to. What the hell? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I have to install it and blah 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 blah. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Fine, I'll use freaking Notepad. Fine. No. Yeah, I'm making this easy, Windows. Windows, you're not making this easy. Notepad. There we go. There we go. I'll just paste it there. So this would be our match ID, right? We could, we could even format this table. Here's a nice way to make it look pretty. It's not essential, but size and rotation, no. God damn it. Whatever. We have like this match ID, and it's gonna have. What else is this table gonna have? It's gonna have all this information like game mode, region, duration, league, right? Draft names. Oh my goodness. Don't do this to me. It looks like quite a bit when looks like quite a bit when you lay it all out like this. There we go. All right, perfect. So this is all the information that we have right now. Of course, you're gonna have a little bit more than this, but this is like gonna be like the match ID table. So right now we're kind of organizing the database that we want to use when we actually collect this data. So it's gonna be like this will be our like matches table. Matches, right? So this is the actual way we're gonna store this data once we've scraped it. This is gonna be our matches table. I have like the match ID, URL. We could even do like the league ID actually. I think this league URL probably indicates the league ID. I wonder if I went to the DotaBuff website and I went to /esports/leagues, if it would take me to the same place. That would be a good indicator that it is the ID for that league. Yep, it is. So they can tell that it's the International 2022 just by looking at this string, which is pretty cool. Let's see what else. So we might want to extract that league ID, and I think we can do that in the exact same way. Oh, hey, what's up? It's Hap. Thanks for stopping by. What we're going to try and do is take all of this data from DotaBuff. It's good to have you here, man. We're going to take all this data from DotaBuff about like professional esports matches, and we're going to see if we can make smart predictions that help us make smarter bets. So we're not actually going to take any bets, but it's just a good way to organize our attention. Excuse me, organize our attention towards interesting things to predict. So esports is pretty interesting in that, unlike any physical sport like boxing or UFC or baseball or basketball, there are tons of esports games happening all the time. And because of that, there's a huge market for a ton of different bets we can place. Like who's going to win the first map, right? Or who's going to get the most kills? How many kills is each team going to get? And each one of these bets, um, the underlying meaning behind one of like 1.9 or the underlying meaning behind 2.06 is actually a probability that the sportsbook thinks of this event, excuse me, of this event happening, right? So they think that there's a certain percent chance that um, team, which one is this? That the total number of kills will be over 57.5. And if we can come up with some kind of model that can predict the percent chance of getting over a certain number of kills, then we can decide whether or not this is a smart bet to take. You're going to compare multiple sites? Yep. Yep, that's the dream. That's the dream. So there's the way that the bookies make money when you're looking at a sports book like, say, Rivalry, the way that they make money is they make it so that these lines don't sum to an even bet. So there's like, if you were to bet $1 and I were to bet $1 and I win, I should get $2 if I win, right? But if we go through a sports book, I'll actually win like $1.80 instead of the $2, and that 20 cents is pocketed by the sports book. But when you compare multiple sites, what it does is they don't necessarily have to give like the same lines, and that gives you a huge advantage, especially when betting online. So yeah, that is a very important key concept to this, is comparing different sites and finding the best lines, etc., etc. But before we make any smart predictions, we need to know how this game actually works. And in order to do that, we're going to collect all or as much information as we can from this site. So let's see. Oh, right now what we're doing is we're trying to organize the data that we're going to collect from this site into a couple of different tables to make it easier to combine later on. Forgive the presentation. It's literally just Google Slides, but it should be easy enough to come up with some way to organize this stuff. Right now, I'm thinking of like a matches table, and aren't the betting sites doing the same prediction as you? That's a good question. Yeah, no, that's a really good question. So it could be the case that they have some really good ideas about who to place bets on or how to do predictions. So it's like that's a good question. Like, aren't they just doing the exact same predictions as I am? I don't know how they're making their predictions, but they're generally pretty good. One strategy for sports betting is using this sports book called Pinnacle. Oh, I think I even know that. Pinnacle. Dota 2. Because these guys are apparently really good at predicting what's going to happen. Oh, nice. I can't believe it's actually working. Yeah, so one thing you could do if you didn't want to do an analysis on your own is you could literally just say, well, these guys have minus 266 on Pinnacle, so any odds better than minus 266, we're going to take on Rivalry, right? Like a different sports book. And that is one way, because it could be that the way they're making their analysis or they're doing their analysis is a lot better, and they probably have a whole team around it. But the idea is I can sharpen my skills as a data scientist or as an analyst by trying to beat the sports books at their predictions. Because they have a team behind them, and they're definitely pretty smart. But it will be interesting to see if I can come up with some way, maybe not necessarily to beat one individual sports book like Pinnacle, that'd be pretty tough, but to beat them en masse. So if I can, like you mentioned earlier, using a couple of different sports books, you can find some weak markets. If I can build a prediction program that can both predict better and expose those weak markets, it's an interesting project, but might be hard to make money. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a good point. So the idea behind this project isn't necessarily to make money, but it is to get better at sports betting. If I can make money doing it, that'd be awesome. I mean, not to get better at sports betting, to get better at making smart predictions using data, right? If I can make money, that'd be awesome. But there's also a lot of legal hurdles you have to jump through, right? Like, I don't even know if I can use Rivalry in the United States, which is where I'm based. Yeah, no, exactly. Sell it as SaaS. Yeah, no, that's exactly that's one idea. So one idea is to come up with a couple of predictions and then put them online and let other people buy that. So that's one way we could use this information. Hypnosis, Billy, it's the holidays and we need you to wrap up some projects in flight. So this will need to be shipped by the end of next week's. Also, get those TPS reports ready. Hypnosis, it's so good to have you back. Yeah, also, we're going to need you to come in on Saturday and Sunday. No kidding. No problem, boss. You got it. I'll be here Saturday, Sunday, and I guess Monday through Friday as well. No problem, boss. I actually had to go back into the office, so I can't catch your morning streams during the week anymore. Oh, you got to be kidding me! Like you were remote and they forced you back into the office. Well, also my morning streams have been a little inconsistent lately. So I'm also starting to get back into them. You know it, and I'm in a position that doesn't require physical anything. Man, that's so stupid. All these companies want people to go back into the office, but if you're working in tech, I don't see why. Uh, how far is the commute? At least decent. Pretty sure they wanted sales teams to not feel targeted. In what way? That seems like, do sales teams have to um, go out and I think 2 days a week just to socialize a bit is good. Interesting. Yeah, well, that's one idea. I think it is nice to see coworkers face to face, and ITSAP has a good point. Like the 2 days a week is nice. Personally, I love doing remote work because I can meet with coworkers I need to meet with to get things to get on the same page with them, and then I just the rest of my time I can just spend working, which is pretty nice. But there's also at my company we've done a couple of meetups in person, and there is definitely a place for just chatting with people, not only to get to know them, but to have some good ideas to bounce off each other that we probably wouldn't have when we have an explicit meeting for an explicit task. You know, so that can be beneficial in that way. Do you work as a data analyst? Yeah, I work as a data scientist for a startup. So this is actually this is the type of work I love to do. Is just like looking for data and then trying to make predictions with the data. I have, if you guys want kind of the background on why I'm doing this specific project, I can send you to. Here you go. You can read the background if you want as to like why I'm doing this one. Basically, I did a machine learning project that didn't have like an actionable goal. Oh my goodness, hide hints. And after I didn't have that actionable goal, it was like, what do you do with this information? Great, thanks. So now I'm trying to do something with like, here are a ton of actionable goals you can search for, and the benefit is you can win bets. During COVID, we hired tons of remote positions. Now we're effectively forced being hybrid. But here's the kicker: that means only half the people in each department are actually local. The rest of the people in each department are actual, the rest are remote now. So forcing everyone to come in only forced maybe a third of employees. Right? Because I'm sure you guys remote hired. I'm sure you guys remote hired like a ton of what's it called? A ton of people in like different states, and uh, now it's like if the office is headquartered in I don't know, Washington D.C. or something, then people who are in like Texas aren't exactly going to commute. So now only I guess like a third of people. You must have. So if you were at the company before COVID, you must have like been around physically that company, and it's like, okay, well I can go into that company. So that's probably why they're pulling on you to come back. Is Don't tell me it's 5 days a week though, right? They're not doing 5 days a week, or is it full TPS report thing. How are you planning on processing the HTML? I'm glad you asked. That's the part we're working on right now. Is we are going to use web scraping 5 days a week for now, and it's a ghost town of a building. Hypnosis, you were the only dude that got the email. You were the only dude that got the email that said you had to go into work. Everyone else is like just sitting at home. It's like, Hypnosis has got it. They'll take care of it. But yeah, the idea, its hap is we're going to be web scraping to collect the information. And then specifically Scrapeye, there's this thing called Scrapey, scrapey.config, etc. And it is super useful for extracting data from websites. Right now, that's actually exactly the step we're on, is building the crawler to, so let's do recent esports matches. Blah, 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 blah. I'll actually just go back to, I'll just go back to the original thing we were looking at here. Yep, let's go back to this match. So there's tons of stuff that we can learn just through this process of doing another what's it called? Just through the process of doing another project, we can learn a ton about like how do we get data? Are you crawling links? Yep, exactly. So we can learn a ton about not only like prediction and ML and maybe some stats as well, but we can also learn like how do we collect data. At this point, we reach like natural questions of like, okay, well, once we have the data, how do we organize it so it's easy to analyze? That's kind of the step I'm doing here, kind of in the middle of learning how to scrape it, but you know the drill. I'm reading a lot of web crawling and opinion mining right now. Yeah, well, that's exactly what we're doing. Is we're on. I don't know if it's web crawling because we're just there's like a difference. Like crawlers, I think crawlers go all over the internet, and those can be a little bit more advanced because you don't know exactly the format of the HTML you're going to be extracting from any given website. But I think this is like a there's like a crawler spider. It's like some technical semantic difference, but right now we're just like we're looking at this page, and then from this page you'll look at the URL. Check this out. You can just go to like farm, yeah, and then go to like log, and you can see that the URL changes, and then we can look at this HTML and extract things like when was first blood, bam, right there. I heard Python recently had an update. I also heard about a big update with Python. I think I heard it through the Lex Friedman podcast when he was interviewing, what's his name? He was interviewing the guy that created Python, which was super cool. And apparently they're never going to do a Python 4, which makes sense. I've heard that the the Python 2, Python 3 is essentially like a naming convention that means that Python 2 is not compatible with Python 3, but I think Python 3, or they're just like not compatible. I think that's what that means. But what Python array update? Whoa. Oh, thanks. It's happy to have you in the cozy community. If you want a good resource, it's Hap for learning about like search engine web crawling. Let me see if I have it. Web scraping with Python. This is essentially what I'd like to do. You got a Discord or something like that? No, but I can make one. Let me make a note of that. I can make one. Let's see. Make a Discord for /cozy community. There we go. I'll get on that. I just made a YouTube channel because I had a ton of I'd been doing this for like 2 months, and then November was crazy, and then I stopped. Then integrate this bot with Discord, and you're finished with it. Yeah, actually, that's a really good point. I could just integrate this bot. The thing is, like, I'm a little bit Kid Billy on YouTube. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just made the YouTube channel for it. Kid Billy. There it is. Ta-da! I literally just started it. because I was like, I had been streaming for like 2 months before, but I was like, I'll make a YouTube channel and learn how to download the streams eventually. But I never did, and they were all just deleted. I was like, oh damn it. So I'm essentially starting from scratch, but I just made this channel. You're welcome to check it out. Kid Billy 2 Wise. There we go. I do this one. This project is one I'm working on, which is sports betting with Python. Rando! Rando, it's good to have you back. Yeah, it's sports betting with Python, and then another one is HitHub. Streaming is not really the best way to get a following. That's true. That's true. I'm not really like I was surprised at how dedicated people can be. Like Hypnozes, I've seen a couple times. Rando Weirdo is always in the chat. I'm just happy to. I thought you got hacked. Yeah, no, I just got lazy. It's mostly just to kind of get to work on a project, and then occasionally people will help out and throw out suggestions. But it was also a big part of starting streaming was just staying a little bit more consistent about working on these projects, and also having like a log that I could be proud of to look back on. But I also got to a second high school. Okay, good deal. That's what I like to hear, Rando. But it's drawing back to what you were asking about, like web crawlers and whatnot. This book is super good for that. It's called Web Scraping with Python by Ryan Mitchell. And the author, they essentially tell you about how like the first web crawler Google was made, and Google was made with Python. That was essentially all it was a web crawler. That's should I take a computer science and IT course? Yeah. What kind of question is that, Rando? Of course, you're gonna want to take a computer science IT course, of course. And then you can help me with my streams, even more than you already do by being one of my favorite mods. But yeah, it's Google was essentially just in like 1999 or something, or go watch a YouTube. Yeah, like 1999 or something. It was just like the two guys started with a Python web crawler, and then the only difference between them and every other web crawler was PageRank, which is a pretty cool algorithm. What's up, Bertram? Dang, everyone's stopping by. We got all the celebrities coming back. New, old, everybody. Does Python have the concept of an array with multiple dimensions? Yeah, you can do nested. Well, actually, that's a good question. Nested indexes, basically, or would you have to use list in a list or something? That's a really interesting question. Native Python. Actually, let's check it right now. I don't know why I'm. So let's do L equals 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, L equals a list of 1, 2, oops, 2, 3. L 0, 0. Yep. Okay. So you can index in multiple lists, but there's the reason I kind of hesitated around native Python specifically is because there's a package called NumPy, which really does a lot of awesome work with vectors and matrices, etc. Humble Bundle has Python and IT books. Ooh, for dirt cheap. Heck yeah. Sounds good, it's Hap. It's hard for me to listen as I'm on call, but hey, we back. Bad news. No! Poor laptop. You hate to see it. You hate to see the laptop die. So sad. Yeah, it feels like feels good to be back. Feels good to have everyone on chat. Happy to see everyone on this Saturday. Hope you're all staying cozy and whatnot. Clearly, I'm still waking up. I just clicked to close the terminal window on your stream. Yeah. So you hit this X button. But hey, if I take a comp sci course, I can help more. Yeah, well, actually, the web dev skills will come in useful when we get back into the HitHub project, because we have all the basic ideas behind the HitHub project, but I want to transition them from Python into JavaScript. I went into autopilot. Thought I was removed. Thought I was moved into a remote server. Hypnozes, you gotta you gotta get some more sleep there, bud. Okay, so man, it's good to be back. Only problem is juggling my first Right. What is this IGCSE? Is that like a when you're moving across to different countries, you do like a different type of high school program? I never heard of that. Matches. So I'm thinking we could do like a matches table. Let's Control C. Oh shit. I can't. I'm used to working on a Mac now, a Mac and like the computer, and it's so weird because Mac will have like a you have to use like the Windows key and C to do like Control C instead of Control. It's the Windows key. I should actually just change that. I should find out how to change that on the Mac. IDK like the American. I've heard of something like that. Oh, it's an exam. I didn't. I thought it was like a course or a structure. Matches. I might do like match stats, and then I want this to be match ID and player ID. International General. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a GED, something like that. Like to get your GED. So it's like instead of okay, that makes sense. Cool. That's advanced. Player ID. So matches, match ID, and this is gonna have like the overview information. Yeah, that's exciting stuff, Rando. I'm happy to hear it. Sad about the computer dying, but happy to hear that moving up and on to better things, on and up, onward and upward. Match ID, some of the match data that we actually want. Probably want the league. Do we? Are we going to separate these into different? I don't know why I even have. No, I literally just, I could tell I just copied and pasted it. Streamer, I'm slowly becoming independent. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. You guys moved all the way out to the Philippines recently, right? Was that move completed? Because I remember you guys, or you were talking about that, moving from Malaysia to the Philippines. Uh, yeah, I definitely just copied and pasted this. This has nothing to do with the league. Let's go, Rando advancing. That's it, Bertram. I have to manage my own bank account and pay bills. Happy tier. That's beautiful. Yeah, Rando is becoming a fully fledged, yeah, a fully fledged part of society, a fully fledged adult. Wow, we love to see it. They grow up so fast. What about you, Bertram? How's school going? Is this how adulthood feels like? Yeah, except it starts to get more bills. Yeah, how's did were you the one with the algos class, or there was a discrete class, discrete math? There was somebody who had like a discrete math class. They were like, screw this. I don't want to pay taxes this young. Yep. Yep, that's more what being an adult feels like paying taxes. You gotta go to the DMV, make like appointments. Pretty hard to hear right now. Calc, discrete structures. Oh yeah, what kind of calculus? Integration. Like IBP, integration by parts, or is it like integrals, stuff like that? It's been a while since I've done calculus. Integrals. Oh, integrals are awesome, man. They're the basic. I feel like in calculus, like there's a lot of power in the basic ideas, but I don't know if you need to be able to like, unless you want to go like a pure math route. I don't know if you really need to be able to. Um, I don't know if you need to be able to do like integration by parts or like summation notation of integrals, things like that. But like the idea of the area under the curve of a function is super important. Uh, but I already have. Actually, that's a pretty um, that's a pretty important concept in stats that we'll probably be using a little bit later on. So we'll come back to that. But for the most part, it's like um, I don't know. They teach a lot of stuff. Multivariable calculus, like the main idea that you use in deep learning is like partial derivatives, and even that you don't have to go like crazy. you don't have to go crazy in depth. It's just like it's actually much simpler. But there's they got to teach you everything about math. It's pretty interesting. I feel like we're moving, or we've been moving from a world that values continuous math with calculus and like kind of space age things where it's like physics is the big thing into computer science being the more important thing. And with that, you have discrete structures is probably a good one, but also like just discrete systems, algorithms, things like that being more prioritized. But I already have comp sci class. I need to choose one more. You never have too much comp sci, rando weirdo. You can never have too much comp sci. What is a last subject? Honestly, like if you're looking for a last subject that's non-technical, I'd recommend like music or something. That was always fun. My brain is fried from Solid of Revolution. I wish my dang chat window was bigger on the Twitch stream thing. Wish I paid more attention in calculus. I only remember a little trig, like measuring the height of a building. Yeah, like using ladders. I remember that stuff. Like the angle from you on the ground to the top of the building, etc. All I remember from trig is SOHCAHTOA, and that's pretty much all I've needed to use in my daily life. There are like trig properties. Actually, there's also like sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. Stuff like that. That could be useful. SOHCAHTOA, that's it, yeah. I do use that actually quite a bit more than pretty much every other bit of trig. But it's just kind of an interesting, some of them are just interesting concepts to play around with. I don't know if I say I use them in my day to day. I do use calculus in my day to day. Also, I might take English literature as the third subject. That's not bad. English literature wouldn't be bad. You see logs in my head. You know who did this? You know who did the exact same thing? Richard Feynman. Richard Feynman would just impress people by doing like, "Hey, what's log of 38?" And he would just know, like log base 2 or log base e of 38. He would just know. To like, and he would. It's not that he would just be like, "Oh, it's around like 4." He would know to like 4 decimal places. People are like, "How do you do that?" It's like, "Oh, it's very easy," because he just been working with that stuff for so long. I'm I've been reading this. Yeah, well, that was like a party trick. He I wouldn't take any English class. Do you have bad memories of English classes? Writing essays. Yep, there it is. Matches. We'll do like a match table. But yeah, this Feynman guy was pretty insane. The more I read about like how these people get to this super genius level, the more it seems like they just had more focus than other people for a longer period of time. Where it's like I don't think Feynman was born with like this super brain. Maybe he was. Maybe he was. I think that he just happened to fall into. Yeah, well, I mean that's a good question. Like focus or obsession. He just happened to like be focused at such an early age, where other kids were like. I mean, honestly, when I was like 5 or 6, I was like picking my nose and stuff, right? But they just fall into like this obsession, like you're saying, or this focus on this topic, and they just drill on that for so long that people are like, oh, well, they must have just naturally had that talent. But it's hard to discern that from just having practiced so much more than other people around their age. I think that's where that's where I'm like 90% sure that's where prodigies come from. Is just having that focus early on. There's a whole book about it called "Bring Up Genius," where this Polish dude is like, "Hey, I bet you geniuses are made and not born, right?" And so what he does is he reaches out to this lady and he's like, "Hey, lady, want to make genius kids?" She's like, "Sure." So they have 3 kids, and they decide to focus on chess. So they're like, "All right, we want to make chess grandmasters." And they make it fun and exciting to do chess all the time, and the whole family's into chess and whatnot, and they all become like prodigy grandmasters at like 12. Uh, I don't even know how I got on this tangent. Who knows? Oh, I think it was talking about logs. Yeah, we love logs. Is that it was that or biology or Mandarin? I don't know. I don't know why take biology as like a extra fun subject, but sure, you do you. Damn, says Bertram. That's right. I would have went for biology. I was pre med for a long time, so biology was okay. Some of this stuff is interesting, like recombinant DNA and whatnot, but um, IDK, how many pages or words you have to write in your English classes? Honestly, uh, writing as a skill though, writing as a skill though, incredible, incredibly important. And if English, like, there was, I had this choice in 11th grade, which was like, do you want to take AP English or college prep English? So like AP English or non AP English. Um, and that was like the one year I was like, all right, I'll take college prep instead of AP. And I just so happened to miss one of the. Not that my English teacher at that time was bad at all. Like, shout out to Mr. Kohlmeyer, right? But the teacher that I ended up not taking AP English with was apparently one of like the best English teachers in probably like one of the best English teachers ever, right? And they were doing like persuasive writing and persuasive essays, and a lot of the kids in that class ended up getting really good at writing persuasive essays. And I was like, man, that would have been such a useful skill to have because that comes up everywhere, whether it's like applications for jobs or applications for schools, or if you just want to start writing to gain an audience and things like that. Writing is a huge skill. Very important. Very important. Uh, Match stats. And what else did I want to do? Did I want to do like farm and log as a different thing? Advise not to take additional math. Additional on top of computer science. I wonder, is this. We had some like dot event here. I wonder what happens if I look at some other CSS selectors. Dot line. Is it dot line all I needed? Literally do my third and final essay. 1,600 words minimum, 2,500 words max. Yeah, Bertram, it sounds like you're in the you're in the line of fire there. You got what? Discrete and calc and this English class? I do not envy you. Okay, so it was dot line. You know, you're doing that 1,600 words. Anything above 60, if you do 1,601 words, you'll have overworked. You know what you should do? You should do exactly 15.99 and see what the teacher says. See what they think. In my experience, essays are just. I'm not risking that. English teachers love that. English teachers love that. It's like the applications you hear about to places like Stanford and Berkeley, where it's like, what 3 words best describe you? People that get in put 4 words. What the hell? Because they play by their own rules, you know. Dot event turns time event. Maybe the log should be. I wonder if the log should be its own. Maybe the log should be its own table. Where it's like you have the time, and then you have the event, and then you have the match ID. Maybe. Whatever. Match. And then instead of just match ID, and this is going to be like the match overview information. What I'm doing right now, again, first of all, first and foremost, just catching up with you guys, the cozy community. But at the same time, trying to format this data in a way that's going to make sense later on. Like, how are we going to store this data? And then how is it going to be easy to interact with? What I'm thinking is for this match, let's go back to the overview. We have this overview information. It tells us like how many total kills on the Dire. This is total kills on the Radiant. How long did the game last? What was the league? There it is. Like, what was the tournament essentially? and some other information about it. 2 months ago when it ended, yada 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 yada. And what we're trying to do is first organize that information into a table. So we'll do like league ID, sure, why not? And then we'll do like region. Well, actually, duration is specific to the match, so we'll do duration. What else? What other information we're actually getting from this page? It's important. Game mode. Yeah, I guess that's important. Game mode, etc. So match is this one. Let's see. League is, I think we had just looked at this. Yeah, 14268. This one. So the league ID would be 14268. Duration. And I'm just filling this in for, I don't know, shits and giggles. Game mode. Captains. There we go. So that's an example of what. We'll even make this a little bit of a longer. Come on, captains mode. Come on. There we go. You make this a little bit of a longer table. Just make it look nice. So this is going to be our match table. It's going to have information about the match. Interesting thing about organizing databases and whatnot. A good general rule of thumb. This is called the primary key because it's the main thing. It's the main unique identifier that each row is based on. It's called the match ID. A good general rule of thumb that I've read is a table should be based on the primary key, the whole primary key, and nothing but the primary key. So ideally, this anything in this table, each row, should be exactly related to what a match is. So information about the match. So this one, I mean, league ID is kind of a terrible example to have there because a league isn't unique to that match, but it's like how long did the match last? What mode was the match? What team played in the match, etc. Things like that. Just so, you know, organizing it, you don't get crazy where like you have a match table, but it starts talking about individual players, right? Which is what the match stats is going to be, a table that helps us bridge that gap. I've also been told by people add math and art. Math and art are two things you should avoid. What? Who's telling you to avoid math and art? Those are two of the greatest subjects of all time. They actually go pretty well together too. There's a lot of interesting art that you can make with math. Like especially when it comes to, I like looking at randomly generated processes. Things actually, that was the whole point of HitHub. Like our little where is it? Even my icon is randomly generated art. Additional math. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Match ID, player ID. So for this case, we'd want to do like, who is this guy? Whisper? Screw it. Talk about Whisper. Whisper has this identifier. So this is this player ID. There we go. So what I want to do with this table is, I was kind of confused about how exactly we're going to use, where is it? How exactly we're going to like put all this information into a match, right? Because it's like, what are we going to do? Match ID, player 1, player 1, item 2, etc., right? Like that could be a pain in the butt. Or we could put it into its own match stats table, so that we have like match ID, player ID, and then we have the specific information about that player ID or that player and how they did in that game. And if we wanted to get, we could do actually a couple of interesting things with this table after that, this match stats table, where like if we wanted to see how well has this player done in the past like 10 matches, we could do that just by looking at this table, looking for that player ID, and then averaging or summing or, you know, doing whatever we got to do to get that information. So, I kind of like that idea. So we'll store it that way. Let's see, team secret. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that a lot. Let's go. Are we still in the... Where am I in the response? Oh, perfect. Okay. So the response, right now we're in the Scrapey shell. And we just called a response for this website or this page. And we should be able to extract response.css. We should be able to extract... What's it called? When we last left off, we had just found out like the player ID, right? And actually, what we can do is this. We'll just call these 2 lines of code because this should work fine. Call these 2 lines of code. Yeah. It's complaining because I have this indented. There we go. So now I have a list of player IDs, right? You'll notice this one might look familiar, and the reason for that is it represents... Oh, shit. This guy. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so we've essentially just separated out like, okay, we have this match, who's playing in this match, and then we want to get stats about this person that was playing in this match. The CSS selector that we use to get those stats, where is it? It's right here. So we'll have to do like player. Let's see if we can do it like this. Response, CSS, dot player. Okay. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go a little crazy here. We'll go ahead and explicitly try to use a CSS that we engineer. And by that I mean player using a variable 0 to call this CSS dot extract. Excellent. Okay, so this should be everything that the player Whisper did in this match, right? So this is everything. Like we have, blah, blah, blah. This is all great. But we want the information like how many kills did they get in this match? How many times did they die? How many assists did they get? What was their net worth? Blah, blah, blah. The cool thing about this is, and actually I kind of want to, whoops. Cool thing about this is, let's look at this actual, whoops. Let's look at this actual string that we're creating, and we'll show exactly what on the website this is referencing. Perfect. Copy that. Bring it up here, and let's have the CSS selector highlight exactly what data we're looking at. Perfect. So it's looking at all this data, right? So we should be able to, and it's kind of hard to read now, of course, because it's like yellow highlight on white. But we have all this data about their kills, their deaths, their assists, net worth, last hits, denies, gold per minute, XP per minute, damage, heal. That might be like the healing they've done for other people. Building damage, wards, whether they were observer or, I don't know, invisible or something. Like you can reveal invisible enemies. And then the items that they got. I guess that's like whatever neutral they had. But you also get information about the number of kills they got with true sights and what they actually built their character with. So as you level up in Dota, you get to select different skills, etc., etc. And what this is allowing us to do is get all that information. So if we look at what we just selected, what we said was, all right, we'll get this dot player dash player ID TD and get us all the information about that hero. What I want to do now is get specific things like a good place to start would be how many kills did Beast Coast Whisper get? So let's see if we can get that. Last time we learned Let's see if we. I mean, this might be a stretch, but 2. Yeah, it's a huge stretch. Whoops. I was gonna say let's look for like the 2 kills that they got, but that'd be a lot. Title: This player's been verified. 847 is an interesting number. Let's see where 847 comes into play. Gold. Gold from kills and assists. No, building damage. Okay, 847 is their building damage, right? So if we wanted to get, let's see, T max, TD class, how would we actually extract these numbers in a way that makes sense? Space T. Let's see what happens if we do, see if we can extract this attribute, team max. Nothing. Okay. Damn. Let's see. Well, 847. I'm going to look it up here. Should bring us much closer to, okay, 6.7 gold earned. Gold earned. There we go. 2. There it is. 2. That's what we were looking for. That's the 2 we're looking for to indicate that they got 2 kills. Question now becomes, how do we get this team max thing? Span, class, team max. Okay. All right. Okay. We're figuring. Oh, shit. Whoops. I just accidentally exited out of the shell. Oh, well. We'll have to call them again. Excellent. Okay, what we just did there was recall, and I'll probably put this up here so you guys can see it. Oh, my goodness. What we did there was just send another request to the website to get all this HTML, and now we can get back to parsing it. So response.css. Oh, excellent. Okay. Player ID is not defined. Man. Player URLs. Player IDs. Let's read off. Oh my goodness. I have to import rejects, regular expressions, and I do player IDs. Okay, now I can do it. Okay. Response.css, extract. Okay, now we're looking again at all the stats that Beast Coast got for this page. And what we're trying to do is get things like kills, deaths, assists, etc. Question is, how the heck do we do that? That is a good question, and we're gonna figure that out. So, one thing that I saw that could be pretty easy was, where's my 847? 847 is my reference to kind of like find the diamond in the rough here. 339. I'm looking for things like, where was it? It was a good one before. Player image. Beastcoast.whisper. Like this could be a good way to get the the player name. But we might also not need the player name. We might just need the player ID. Player name actually, yeah, we'll skip that for this case because we're not interested in like information about the player when we're extracting from this website, or when we're extracting from this page, I should say. We're more interested in what stats did the player generate in this game. Oh, you know what actually is very important to draw? Very first and foremost is going to be the hero that they chose. So let's actually get the hero, and I wonder if there's some way to do hero ID or if we have to do it by a string. If we go to like Lycan, hero / Lycan. So this is the hero that this player chose. In this map, and we want to see Excuse me. Let's go. I'm at 15, 17 word count. All right. You're really knocking it out then, Bertram. That's what I like to hear. Is it due on? It's Saturday too, so you're way ahead of the curve here. You're gonna knock it out by due on Wednesday. Oh, you must be some kind of genius. I could never force myself to do that stuff until it's like the very last minute. That's gonna feel so nice. Getting it done on a Saturday and it's just all done. You don't have to worry about it. Saturday morning, no less. What time are y'all normally awake? What time do y'all normally wake up? As you can tell, I get up pretty early, 7 o'clock ish. Started on Wednesday. He told me we had an essay. We had essay 3 due in a week. That's good. Better man than I, Bertram. What the heck? What was I doing? Oh yes, trying to get Lycan. All right, let's get Lycan. Um, yes, color faction radiant, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So Lycan is the name. The question is, can we just get? Let's actually just look up Lycan. Why didn't I just do that before? Lycan. Lycan is a pretty unique string. Uh, class, image, hero, icon, overlay, title, Lycan, data tooltip URL. This is the stuff I actually want right here. Is this data tooltip URL? Because this will indicate exactly what it is. What I had a way I did this before, and it's actually in Adder href data tooltip URL. That's it. Beautiful, absolutely phenomenal. So I should be able to just add this to the end and extract that specific hero. Let's see if this works. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Damn. Oh, no kidding. Netherlands versus US? Hey, USA is actually not doing so bad this tournament. I was expecting them to get destroyed by England, but I don't know if that's really how it went down. English are pretty good at soccer. Let's go Netherlands. Wow, you should be thrown in jail for that, Bertram. Something about the Dutch in football, or sorry, soccer. You can tell I'm an imposter right away. Uh, I backed them from the start. Go Netherlands. I don't really have a huge preference either way. I do know that I think Saudi Arabia did super well, and to the point where it was like they declared it a national holiday, or the leader of Saudi Arabia declared it like a national holiday. They won so crazy. Imagine that. Okay. Well, I don't know why I'm not extracting that specific. Is this Yeah, it is. Extract. Where is Messi? Pretty much. You big soccer fan, or is it just FIFA, Bertram? Oh, you know what? That's why, of course, because it's a list object. Extract 0. Never mind. Yes. Good deal. So FIFA is just icing on the cake. It's like I'm like one of the people that only watches football during the Super Bowl. I also only watch like soccer during FIFA. My cousin is big into soccer. He's a big Manchester United fan. Is that? I hope that's a team. I hope I just out myself. Manchester. I think it's like Manchester versus Chelsea or something. Oh, same. Okay. I don't know why Manchester United seems to be like a fan favorite. Big W, your cousin. I'll let him know you said that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. He's big into soccer. He likes sports. Big into football. Big into soccer. For me, it's like I've always been more interested in. I like to. I don't know. I don't know. I guess there's a reason I'm doing my project on esports. If you catch my drift. Let's see. Uh, Man, I want this data. I want this data. How do I get that? Uh, CSS selectors by attribute. There we go. Oh, hey, this guy's gonna help us select CSS. Nice. Does he have a baby, or is it? It looks like one of those things where you put like a baby on your like you have a pouch for your baby and you hold him there. Interesting. But it's probably just a shirt of like a hat. I don't know. I should be knocking this guy's style. CSS attribute selector. Uh, what if I just did .get? What if I did .get instead of .extract? .get. Whoa. Oh, that's it. Doesn't like text. Why is it always converting these things to strings, man? This is the last thing I want. It's the last thing I want to get. Oh boy. Yeah, can we just get the freaking can we just get the oh, how about this? How about we get this? Uh you serious? It's right there. You have to do like a adder href. Yeah, I guess I'm not giving it a lot of I'm not giving it a lot of detail as to what to actually take. A href. Oh, you man. A adder. Oh no, it didn't work. Basically, I'm trying to look in this like a tag. So there's these different types of tags for the HTML. I'm trying to get a href here. A href. How do I get the friggin' what if it's like here? This this is how I figure things out. I don't look it up. I just want to hack around. Oh, look at that shit. So okay, that makes sense. So we're looking at the a tag, and we want to get the attribute of href from the a tag. Look at that. Beautiful. That's beautiful. We love to see it. Oh, this is all of the Ahrefs from this table. Aha. Did I do like extract one? Extract just gets them all. Okay. What if I just did .get? Get. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So this I'm gonna go ahead and add a function to make sure we get this right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add a function. This might actually end up going into like a pipeline or something, but and we just need the response object. Thank you very much. No, I guess self response. Are we? Wait, what? Yeah, look at that. We are in a class. Go figure. Go figure. Okay, so uh, hero is this line of code. Response.css.get href blah 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 blah. Oh, we also need the player ID, I guess. So that will be here. Okay. Excellent. So now we have the hero that they're playing. We could even just, like, if we want to look at the match and try and see, okay, we have this hero. What does this mean? Core role, off lane. That's actually pretty cool information to have, I'm not going to lie. Off lane, safe lane. I guess that's where they started out. Roaming. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be pretty good information. So go ahead and keep this. Basically, if you look at the map here, this is what they're talking about. In Dota, you have a couple different lanes. This is the mid lane. This, if you're on the Radiant side, which is green, this is called the bottom or safe lane. And this is called the top or off lane. Okay. Basically, whoever's jungle you're in, this is the jungle area. This is the jungle area. Whoever's jungle you have or you're in, you're safer over here. Because somebody could, like, sniper could come up in your jungle and or no, sniper could come through your jungle and you'll be closer to your tower, etc., etc., etc. Blah 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 blah. Dota 2 jargon. But I'm very happy about that. Let's go ahead and get their core role. So we just got the hero that they are. Now let's get their core role. So let's see if I can do. Let's see if I can core. Yeah. Title core role. I guess it's the lane map tooltip. Let's see what we get when we do like lane map tooltip. Try and search this. So it's where a div has an attribute of a lane map tooltip. There is no such thing as extract all. I get it. I get it. Nothing. Shit. What if we just did adder? No. Okay. All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Find next. Is there an easier one? Title core role. Title of what? Title of span class player lane text. Where is this? All right, I gotta find out which freaking line. This thing is what I'm interested in. Gotta find out. There's an I thing. What? Let's see if we can do TDI. There's this I tag. I don't know what I means in HTML. Maybe it's like image. I don't know. TD space I. Will that work? Ooh, beautiful. Okay. So we've extracted I, and from the I, from the I, this is getting pretty. I'm starting to understand the secrets of the universe. adder. Let's just get the title. Let's go. Netherlands won. Oh shit. You know what I found out recently? I just so happened to stumble upon like a predictions for soccer games, and it turns out that USA 0. Boo, boo. Netherlands, yeah, as long as they're against the USA. Bet 365 question mark. Yeah, I found out that goals in a soccer match are Poisson distributed, which means which essentially means that the odds of getting a goal immediately, it basically means that goals are independent. Like getting one goal has no influence on whether you're going to get another goal. Fun fact. Fun fact. And if you want to look more into the Poisson distributions, uh, wait, what? Yeah. So this is the Poisson distribution. Goals in a soccer match happen to follow uh, this kind of distribution. So this is like if lambda is 1, that's 1 goal. If lambda is 4, that's 4 goals, etc. Um, it's pretty cool. Check this out. Soccer goal distribution. Poisson. Yeah. Set odds in soccer, blah, 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 in a given time period. If you wanted to know the probability of there being more than 3 goals scored in a soccer match, you would use the Poisson distribution. But it does sometimes. You would think, but I think that's just due to random chance. What is the Poisson? For example, blah, 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 blah. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Predict the score in soccer betting. Yup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There it is. You can read all about it here if you're interested. That's where the math comes in. I think it's due to the team's adrenaline and ego or mentality when they score that one goal. You would think, right? They have like in basketball, in basketball they call it like the hot hand idea, like that. If you get one shot or you're on like a streak, you tend to score another one. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if that's backed up by the data. But it's because there is a wide belief that like, oh well, if they just got one goal, then exactly like you're saying, they're all amped up. But I don't know if that holds. Be interested. You prove me wrong. Feel free to prove me wrong. Uh, yeah, buddy, this is exactly what we're looking for. We got core roll, off lane. I think those are the two images right here. Core roll. Come on. Core roll, off lane. I'd love to see. Do we get like top off lost? Core roll, off lane, safe lane. What? What does that all mean? Where is that? Or the opponent's like, okay, now we serious defend. Yeah, okay, so it makes them batten down the hatches on defense. That would make sense. Yeah, I don't know. That makes sense. All I'm saying is it seems almost completely random. I wish I could. Maybe I'll look up the video and bring it up another time. But um, I found this video was saying like you can never. There was some proof where it's like you can never be more than 70% sure about the outcome of a soccer match. There's like a fixed level of randomness to a soccer match, which is pretty cool. So like I don't know how they came up with that number, but it's a cool concept, cool idea. Like somebody found out that you can only ever be 70% sure that one team is going to win over another. Not concede another and stay collected. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. What the hell was I looking up? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and actually grab what was the exact? Copy that, paste it there. There we go. Yeah, so let's see. Oh no, why am I doing that? Just do that. Okay. All right, I get it. We're just gonna do this. Yep. Oh, nice. All right, let's see where else this is taking information from. That's it? That's everything? Really? Okay. Then we're probably also going to, yeah, we'll just take the first two. Fuck it. Uh, roll and lane. Yeah, we'll do roll and lane. Screw it. Roll. We'll call it starting lane because after a certain amount of time, it doesn't really matter what your starting lane was. And the command we used, oh my gosh, it's getting crazy, was this. Response.css, this. Of course, replace that with the actual variable that represents their ID. And we only need to go up to 2. So if we call this again, we go up to 2. Whoops. Yep, core role off lane. Beautiful. Okay. That gives us their role in starting lane. What other information do we want to extract? We want to extract, ooh. Ooh, of course I want this. Oh, of course I want this lane outcome. Of course. That would be awesome. So how do we get that? Is it lane outcome? Damn. Oh, sorry, is it lane dash outcome? Damn. Is it adder lane outcome? It might just be its own thing. Damn. Okay. All right. I see. Uh, is it even in the? Is it even? Oh, I don't even know why it's like up there. Oh shit, shit. I don't even know why I'm doing up to 2. Should get rid of that. PD. I've come a long way from what I used to do. What I used to do when I was coding all this crap, I would literally parse these HTMLs as strings. So I'd be like, all right, get between the thing that looks like TD class and the thing that looks like between backslash TD. It was so bad. It was so bad. But now I'm actually putting in the work to figure out how the CSS stuff works and how I can select specific pieces of data, etc. That would yes, it would take long, and the code is ugly. Like you would not believe. Woo! How we've grown. You back? Welcome back, Rando Weirdo. Welcome back. Always good to have you around, Rando Weirdo. You, me, and Bertram. Some of the you guys are some of the first people that started watching Cozy Coding. Some of the first members of the Cozy community. Let's see, lane outcome. Oh, that's exactly what I want. Lane outcome lost. How do I? Oh, it's the acronym. Ooh. I may not have. I may or may not have threatened a classmate. It was out of love. It was out of love. Did they eventually chill out and take the cough drop or whatever? Let's get the acronym attribute. See if we can get that. Uh, yes. Uh, this season is really crazy. Exactly, I threatened because I want them to be healthy. Be healthy, or I will hurt you. Uh, yes, I became a doctor and told them all the things they need to rest. Beautiful. That's what we like to hear. Everyone's getting sick these days, man. This season's really crazy. Everyone's getting sick these days. Not me. I'm as healthy as a I don't know what's an apple. I don't know whatever doctors tell people to eat. I'm strong. No cold yet. Yeah. You and me, Bertram, we're a different breed. You, me, and Rando. Rando's actually out here helping people. I'm just coding. I'm just out here coding, man. I I'm not. I'm like true neutral. I don't help. I don't harm. Different breeds. I just code. We're cold resistant, and code vulnerable. I've been threatening them since they were singing and straining their voice. Do you like to sing, Rando? Yeah, we're like Bertram. You and me are like Pokemon. We have like resistance to cold or disease. Acronym, and when we want the attribute, it's gonna be so nice. Of lane outcome. Shit. Uh, class. God damn it. No. Uh, uh, Snow type Pokemons. Man, I remember buying some cards back then. Yup. I never really played Pokemon. Sometimes I was like, if you don't stop singing, I will add a random threat. Beautiful. We'll have to throw one of those random threats into the hit hub. Uh, into the hit hub pile. Man, I remember buying some cards. Yeah, I was like I was saying before. I never really got into Pokemon, but I did do Pokemon Go when that was around like 2016, 2015. Man, it feels like so long ago. You know, that was 6 years ago. 2016 was 6 years ago. Man, everything's moving so fast. It's all moving so fast. Watch my life flash before my eyes. Uh, can I not the attribute of the class, but can I get like ooh, what if I could do this? Check this out. It's too beautiful. It's like I wrote this myself. I don't have to look these things up. I could just pull them from my brain and invent it as I go. Pokemon. I always remember. I always wear two sweaters no matter the weather. You wear two sweaters in 50-degree weather? I don't know if I'd be that advanced. I don't know if I'd be that advanced. We'll go ahead and take one, and this will be lane outcome. All right, lane outcome. Player ID. Yeah, buddy. Oh shoot, not bad. Nice. Let's see Paul Allen's CSS selector. Okay, beautiful. Lost. But in terms of data collection, we have won. So we got that this person lost their top lane. Nice. We're just moving along here. Beast Coast. We already have their what's it called? We already got that. No big deal. We already got the fact that they're Beast Coast. Whisper. What we're looking for now is what we actually started looking for, which was the number of kills that this person got in this match. If we want to extract that from this web page, we got to find lane outcome, Dota buff. What am I hiding? I'm hiding code. 339, 6 total gold earned. Right here. Right here. Span class. So we need to get the spans. Is that what we need? Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. TD class, group 1. What? They lost at the cost of you winning. I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but sure. Because I'm taking information from this website. They lost one aspect of one game in one tournament, in one esports match. Could be possible. Could be the way that fate works, but I don't know about that. Yeah, I made them go to sleep with threatening. So mission successful. I would say so. That's an example of a win-win situation. More sleep and successful threat. It's like if you guys ever play Skyrim, when your intimidation attempt is successful, you intimidated them so that they could heal. Rando isn't the hero. What is it? Rando is the hero we need, not the hero we deserve. Oh man! All right, let's get the spans. I guess we're getting span, SPAN, span. Let's try that. TD and let's get span. And then I guess we get text. He said they never want to see me as a doctor. Oh boy. Oh, look at how nice this is. Look at how nice this is. This is all the information. 2 kills, 5 deaths, or 5 assists, or whatever. 184 gold. What is this? 252. Well, where's the other two? Shit. So we can see here, there's a lot of the data. Lycan, played core. I don't know why this is blank, but we have 2-5. We're missing the assists. I don't know why the assists are missing. Do we have net worth? No, 184. What the hell? Yeah, there's some gaps here in our information. So let's take a step back. And I guess we don't need span. We need let's see. 84 span class. Blah 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 blah. TD. What if we did another TD? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just figuring out this alien language as I go. Uh, 2 wolves summoned. Talent level 25. What the hell? What does that even mean? What if I did dash text? Nice. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is the size of this list? What if I do 11? Or 10, actually. Well, I do 11. No. All right, I have no idea. I don't even know where I'm looking on the page right now, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and look for. Oh, it's Hap. Welcome back. Good to have you back, my friend. We are just dipping along, collecting the individual stats from this page. Uh, so we're looking at like, get this out of here. Oh, Team Max. Shown Team Max. This might actually be the actual CSS we need to select. I don't know why I wasn't doing it this way. Let's see what we can do with this. So take this CSS selector and try that instead. Yeah, buddy. Replace this. Whoops. Whoa. If you want to do something new, you could do text extract with. What's PL? Text extraction with PL. Yeah, what's that? Damn. Maybe I need to, instead of just hitting the text, dot, dot. Damn. My first time. Fair enough, Rand. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Um, I'm interested in hearing what this text extraction thing is that ATAP is talking about. Um, they have, I mean, this is one form of text extraction, and what I like about it is you don't have to do like regular expressions or anything like that. And I'm hoping to cut. I'm thinking we're going to be scraping a lot of websites, so I want to cut down on the amount of data that we actually store. I mean, one way we could scrape the website is literally go to every page and download each HTML page and then scrape it. But that would take a lot of space. That would take a lot of space, and it's much easier to just extract the data that we want than to do it another way. Like extract the data that we want instead of just collecting all these web pages and storing them locally. Text extraction with PL though is interesting. It's an interesting idea. I don't know what PL is. Team Max. Wide. All right, let me just do this then. See, because this should give me. Nothing? I don't know. It's Perl. Let's see. Perl text extraction. Ah, okay, yeah, this is interesting. This looks like this part looks like regular expressions right here. That's regular expressions. And then yeah, okay. So this is very similar to what we do in Python with the uh, RE. What's it called? Yeah, re, which is regular expressions dot find all. So we do use that here when we're looking for like the player ID. Um, but it's easier to look into the response.css object and then try and pull it out using CSS selectors in this case. But we're definitely going to be using the text extraction method that you're referencing with Perl. That's uh, that's a very useful tool. Okay, cool. Heck yeah. All we're doing right now is we're trying to figure out. The cool thing about this is once we figure out like how to get this, which we already got this stuff. We already got these three, and we even got this. The beautiful thing is it's all referenced by player ID. So as soon as we figure out like, oh, what position is this in, what position is this in, etc., I'm thinking we should be able to just change this player ID and get it for, say, who's this guy? I don't know, player 229, whatever. So we should be, Stinger. So we should be able to just switch up the ID and get all of Stinger's information. And then switch up the ID and get all of K1 Hector's. That's cool, Rando. No problem. Just listen to the soothing sound of me hitting the keyboard. And drift into the sleep world. ASMR typing. Exactly. Exactly. I want to get. We had something pretty close. I don't know why. No, not that. No, not that. No. It was span. Yeah, so this was. I need sleep. After threats, sure. Hey, it's a long day of intimidating people into being healthier. You know, you got to do what you got to do. So we have the text from the span. I wonder if that information is hidden anywhere else within this span. Uh, 2, 5. So we can see this kind of lines up um, with some of the information here, right? So we have 2 here, 5 here, 5 here, but then it skips over this 184 and 487. I don't know why. I don't know why it skips over like that. I don't know why I don't get this 4.9k damage. I don't know why I don't get this like XP and gold per minute. Where are those things hiding? They just so happen to get exactly the same gold and XP per minute. Interesting. You open sourcing this? Sure. Maybe. I don't know. That's a good question. Open sourcing what exactly? Like open sourcing the data or open sourcing the code? Good question. The code? I mean, yeah, maybe. Uh, in a perfect world, yes. I don't know if I want a bunch of people like pinging this website with this web scraper. When it comes to the analysis, actually, yeah, I am going to do like. So I made this package when I was first streaming called Billy Bets, depending on how much money you get. No, I mean it's not about the money. It's more about like I don't want to just release this web scraper specifically for Dota Buff, and then have a bunch of people like essentially harassing their servers, like sending them a ton of requests to get all the data, like I'm doing. But yeah, I when it comes to Billy Bets, which is like the algorithm structure framework thing, I'm going to make that open source. Um, when it comes to the actual data, maybe I'll make that open source. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. First, we got to actually write the code worth considering for considering for being open source. You don't have to scrape every millisecond. What do you mean by that? Don't have to scrape every millisecond. Damn, they really lost every lane. Yeah, they got stomped. Just stomped. Big L. Yeah, no kid. Look at this. It's not just yeah. You get the big L at the bottom, but it's like little L, five little L's. Like they couldn't win any lanes. Like you could get a good data set scraping just one time a day. Uh, like one request a day. I don't know, man. That would take 300 days to get 300 matches. I'm gonna get as much data as I can. Maybe even like 1 minute. Even 1 minute would take a long time because there's like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of matches we got scraped. I did the same thing with the UFC stats website. It's like I think it took like 15 minutes. Have you checked their TOS? What is that? Like timeout speed? What's TOS? What's your background? It's at. Sounds like you might do like front end web dev. It sounds like your back end web dev. Talk about Perl. Oh, terms of service. Uh, terms of service. Have I checked it? That's next question. Next question. Have you? I have not. Let's see. What is that? FAQ. Uh oh. About FAQ. I'm a comp sci student. Good deal. FAQ. Skill brackets. Privacy. Support. About. Privacy. Service usage data. I like to learn, so read a lot on my own. Might be privacy. Um, Copyright, Ilo Entertainment. We're hiring. Hey, they're hiring. Uh, I have Discord terms of service. Then I'm good to go. Oh yeah, I was about to lawyer up. All right, well, we did our due diligence. Gave it the old college try. But if not, ah oh, shit. Netherlands is destroying the US. Actually, it doesn't surprise me. Actually, it doesn't surprise me. The Dutch, everyone in Europe seems to take soccer a little more seriously than the U.S. So we'll get them. We'll get them next year. Comp sci student. Where are you based? It's Hap. What part of the world? This stream seems to attract a lot of students. I think Rando's a student. Bertram is a student. It sounds like it's Hap is a student. Ms. Bell is a student. Who else is there? Somewhere in Europe. Oh, good deal. Okay. Are you watching this Netherlands game? Are you a big fan of the Netherlands for FIFA? I heard football, soccer, and I'm active. Rand, I didn't know you were into football, soccer. Uh, hmm, what exactly? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not a big fan of football. Okay. Okay. So maybe Finland. Is that where you're from? Finland? Not a big fan of football. I can't imagine the Finnish being crazy. Maybe like yeah, West Europe or East Europe. I'm gonna say Finland. I grew up watching a lot, so I am. That is a trick question. XD. Genius. Uh, I like this 4.9K. What if I? Oh, actually, what if I just did? This is gonna. Nah, I don't know if I can do that. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Whoops. What? Ooh, Advent of Code. I've never heard of that, but it's like 24 days of coding in December. Advent of Code. Here's 5. Total gold. Oh my gosh. Total gold earned. 5. Uh, that's another span though. We should have picked that up. 2. It's a 2. 5. Um, yeah, I don't know why it's not picking up on that. What the hell? 25 days. Interesting. Where is it, like a website? You can go ahead and link the website if you want. That'd be an interesting, fun challenge. Advent of Code is an interesting idea. Alright, can I just get the dang response.css to this? Can I? Please? Shit. Why is that empty? That's pretty important to get their number of kills. Hyphen? What? What are you talking about? Get this out of here. What? Adventofcode.com. There's a leaderboard. Whoa! Take a quick break. Santa's reindeer typically eat regular reindeer food, but they need a lot of magical energy. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Gonna do the whole Partridge in a Pear Tree song there. So you do like singing, Rando? Uh, oh, I have to identify myself? Hell no! I saw opportunity. Uh huh. Find elf carrying the most calories. This is an interesting idea. It's Hap. I like it. Let me know how it goes. Are you doing this challenge? It's Hap for all 25 days. Designed with love. Beautiful. I'll try doing it. Good deal. How far along are you in learning? Are you like undergrad level? Um, Maybe master's, PhD. Which level you learn computer science at? It's app. Oh, I have to do dot extract. That's why. See if I can get the text. Nothing. Undergrad. Good deal. Okay. If I did double TD. If I did triple TD. I'm gonna go ahead and head to bed. Good night. Good to be back. Yeah, good to have you back, Rando. Good night. Don't even need to threaten you. Nobody needs to be threatened to go to sleep. Do it or else. No, it's hap. We do not support that behavior around here. The only reason that Rando did it was because their friend was about to die, and they were in dire need of rest. Let's see. Damn, I want this. I want the span class team men. Oh, it's this weird TD thing. Do I have an IT degree? No. I got my degree in physics, and then I was going to get a master's in data science, but I ended up dropping out when I saw a lot of. I looked at the job postings for data science positions, and they were all like, you need a master's degree or 2 years of experience. So I was like, wait, why not just try and get 2 years of experience and save the like tens of thousands of dollars they were going to charge me for the master's program? And if you want to hear or if you want to learn more about that, I can link you if you want the full story. You can go to my blog, check it out. Damon and I explicitly laid this out. Yeah, if you want to learn about how I actually did it, here we go. You can see how I broke up my time into different time stretches. This is actually a meta analysis on this learning project where I said I was going to spend, excuse me, said I was going to spend like 90 minutes a day working on data science. About half the time I was below that, half the time I exceeded that. A little bit, like 15% of the time I was exactly 90 minutes. Most of the time spent working was around, oh no, the longest times I spent working were when I started around 8 o'clock. Shortest times were when I started at midnight. 6, what is that, 2 o'clock and 21th hour, 21st. But if you want the, how did I land my first IT job? I'm glad you asked. I applied to 471 jobs, so I applied to an assload of jobs. If you want to read about that, you can go ahead and read this post. Yeah, check out Dimon.com. Answers to all your questions. The website knows. Of course. Yeah, check out Dimon.com. It's my little baby brainchild. Yeah, you can read all about it. Free life hack. Yeah, exactly. Free life hack. Join Dimon.com. If you guys want to make accounts, go ahead, log in. I don't know if like I'm not a web developer, so the data might get nuked anyway. But we'll see. Now, if I do have new users, like I've been needing to add different functions to this website, like oh, this is what I was talking about with like math and art, like randomly generated art. But uh-oh. Not like you're gonna get hacked or anything. That's not gonna happen. But in terms of what's it called? In terms of like me just destroying the website on my own, I'm not a web developer, so I just did what I had to do to get this website up. I built it in Python, Which when I told my coworker about that, who's a front end web dev, he's like, why would you ever build a website in Python? It's like what? You should just use like Node.js or something. But um, I said I was gonna add comments. You can even see me here. Look at me. Hey, how cool is that? There I am. I said I was gonna add comment system here. I still haven't added that. Maybe even like a system where you can like a post. Dude, never get into web. Choosing frameworks and stack is a headache. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Analysis paralysis. Man, I see so many stacks. I've wanted to build something with the MERN stack, which is Mongo, Express, React, and Node.js. Um, but then there's a ton of different fun stacks you can go with. At the company I'm working for now, they use Ruby and I think they use jQuery. I don't know. There's a whole ecosystem for web developers about like different frameworks and like oh my gosh, it's just a huge mess. It's just a huge mess. Pros and cons to client side and all that crap. Look, man, I just want to build cool robots. You know, and that's actually why like this website is it works for me. It gets the information I wanted to get up there. Um, in a way that I think looks nice enough. Man, my first website looked so bad. And then my second one didn't look too much better, but this one is like it's enough to work with. All that being said, answers to all your questions about those questions are on Dimon.com. Check it out. Every time a JavaScript dev finds a bug, they go off creating a framework to solve it. Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. It's it just seems like such a headache, man. Like at least in the data science community, we're pretty much all on the same page when it comes to like everybody's using Python. We're all using AWS. We're all pretty much using the same tools. But in front end web dev or in web dev in general, they're all going crazy. All that being said, man, this is harder than I thought to find the number of kills this guy got. Five. Am I even looking in the right place? Five is the middle value, right? Whoa. Yeah, that's the number of deaths. Number of times this guy died. I only learn web dev because it probably somewhere in my career needed. Yeah, web dev. Oh, there it is. It's the two. All right, this is what I was looking for. It is span. Team max. What? Web dev. It seems like a lot to learn. A lot of people say it's easy. I don't know if it's as easy as people make it out to be. At least from my perspective. But it is super useful, man. Everybody, if you say you work in tech, everyone assumes you know how to build websites, and uh, that's what everyone wants. Everybody wants a nice looking, fast performing website, and web dev is probably like the most concrete example of like, hey, I built this, and this is what it's worth. It's tougher to do that in an analysis role or like an analyst role, such as like a data scientist, because you're like, I built this algorithm. It should help us predict this thing, but sometimes it can be hard to determine how much value that's really added to the company. Whereas with the website, it's like, no, everybody's using this website or everybody's using this feature, and you can track that. 2.5. I'm looking for. Yeah, okay. I don't. Okay, hang on. Let's do /td. There. This is. Yes. Okay, let's actually. Whoa, god damn it. Close the website again. Let's open this up in just a text file. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. And okay. So this is the actual information that we want to extract from the website. We have 2 kills, 5 deaths, 2 assists. Just put it in number to the boss. We will save 1 million because of this. No questions asked. Yeah, no, actually, you bring up a good point though. It is important to quantify the impact of the things that you build, and a good way to do that is to come up with some good target metric, and then say, there's an objective way that we've improved this target metric. That's actually a really good practice, but sometimes it's not that easy, or sometimes there are ideas that you can have that would objectively like save people in your company time, but it's hard to gauge exactly how much time you're saving. All right, this this is what we're actually looking for. Like this is the data that we're looking for from this. Button is blue now. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, there's something to be said about how nice it is to interact with a website and how long like what people's perception of your company is. You know, I've seen some really beautiful websites that just make me think like, wow, these people are legit. Where it's like they could totally be running a scam, but since their website looks super nice, you imagine that they have like a whole team behind them and whatnot. And I don't know, presentation is important. Presentation is important. I've done some UX and it has big impact. Yeah, no, for real, for real. It's I mean, yeah, man. Like if it wasn't if it didn't make a huge impact, then we wouldn't even have HTML, right? Like we wouldn't even have to organize websites because we could just have APIs that everyone calls. But nobody likes that. It's got to look nice. It's got to look pretty. That's actually, I think that's the reason that Apple kind of took off. Apple and like OSs and stuff. That's probably why they took off, is because they made everything look pretty and easy and approachable to use. Let's go. Not even done yet. Got 1736 words done. Just need to finish it with a conclusion and works cited page. Nice. That's all I like to hear, Bertram. You already knocked it out on Saturday. You're right there at the finish line. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Speaking of being at the finish line, I think we'll pick this up again tomorrow. I'm thinking I want to get this information extracted. That's essentially what we've been working on. We found a way to look at this website and get like the core and off lane. Remember Discord? Okay, that's a good point. Let me make a cozy community Discord. Oh, I have it right here in the note actually. Make a Discord for itshap/cozy community, which you are all welcome to join. I'll leave a link in the chat after I figure out how to make one on Discord. After I figure out how to make a group on Discord. But all that being said, next time we'll pick up trying to extract this 252. I thought it would be much easier. I thought we had it with the span class. Ooh, in my bio. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I gotta actually. That's the thing. We're talking about how important presentation is. I have to actually put the work into build up my channel and like make it look nicer. Because right now I'm just doing the bare minimum. I'm just doing the absolute bare. Like you could look at my YouTube channel and it's just like the bare minimum. I just put up content. But yeah, I'll put the link in the bio. Figure out how to do that and whatnot. All that being said, we'll pick up here again tomorrow. Same time, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And I hope to see you guys there. Other than that, this has been Cozy Coding. I've been your host, Kid Billy. Thank you all for joining me. It's good to be back. It's good to have everyone back in the chat, see everyone. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So stay cozy. Bye-bye.